Hello, guys. I'm back again. I know I've been gone for too long, but I'm back again. But this time, I'm coming with a very special episode. And yeah, let me tell you more about it. So, you may or may not know, but in March is Black History Month. And yes, that's a month where we celebrate everything Black, like Black excellence, Black everything. And I happen to be part of the team. So for this year, the theme of Black History Month is Back to Our Roots, which is a very powerful theme to talk about. And the funny thing is, I wasn't actually thinking of doing anything with my podcast for Black History Month because I'm in the team, I'm part of the communication team, but I was more focused on making sure that everything is good, that we have all the communication around it and so on, that I didn't even think of doing it. But then one of my team, like a colleague, was like, Rhoda, why don't you do something about the theme of Black History Month with the podcast? And I was like, that's actually very interesting because I think I actually forgot how I can make an impact with my podcast for Black History Month. And I'm very happy she actually brought the idea to me. So for Black History Month, for this podcast in collaboration with Black History Month, I am going to have a series of celebrating Black excellence, Black everything, and also linking it to the theme of this year, which is Back to Our Roots. So we're going to have conversations about, when it comes to music, business, our hair, which of course is really, really important. So for the next few weeks, you can expect a conversation with, I've invited very powerful people who happens to be all women. Now that I think about it, I didn't actually think about it. They happen to all be women. And we are going to have really impactful conversation. You get to know them all, get to know them, and also get to know about what you're doing and everything. So for this week, we have an amazing person here with me. You may or may not know her. If you don't know her, honestly, you have to know her. But today you're gonna get to know her. So for me, this guest is the definition of a businesswoman. She has business. It's not, nowadays people have business, but she is she is really a really, really good business person. And I feel like her story in how she started her business and everything, and also not only doing business here in Belgium, but also back in the motherland, is really an amazing, amazing story. So I have invited her today for her to share her story. So please welcome me, Queenie. Hi, girl.
Hi, Rhoda. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Great. So, as you know, it's Black History Month, and the theme is back to the roots, right? But we're going to get into it. But before we get into everything, as you know, on Richard Lounge, we have a game that we do all the time, just to, break the ice, make sure everybody's comfortable. So I did the this or that game. So it's just me. I'm going to say two things and you just have to choose one. And since this is a business edition, it's going to be all things business. Ready?
Okay. And do I just choose and say why, or I just
briefly you choose one and then you explain why, and then we see how it goes. Okay. Ready? Okay. So entrepreneurship or a secured 9-to-5 job?
Entrepreneurship.
Why?
Because entrepreneurship, you can be creative and do what you want.
Okay.
You're not blocked. Okay. A job is secured, is good, but it's a routine and you just can't do what you want.
Okay.
But entrepreneurship, you can go to the maximum.
Okay.
Even beyond the skies.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No, I think that's very interesting because I think when people think of entrepreneurship, they think more about the money-making aspect of it. I love that you said the sky is the limit. It's not just about making money in terms of when it comes to entrepreneurship, but more like you being creative and having the access to do everything you want. And of course, with a 9-to-5 job, even though you have a secured income that you know that, okay, I'm making money, you are kind of blocked, that you cannot really express yourself as it has to be. So that's actually good. But I don't think everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur.
Not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur, because if not, the world wouldn't work.
Exactly. That's good. Okay, next one. Working alone or building a team?
Building a team, 100%.
Okay.
Because you can't do everything on your own. And there is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You really need a team.
Yeah, I think so too. I think nowadays we all have this idea of being a boss person and everything, that we don't think that we actually need a team to be able to become who you want to become, that we want to do everything all by ourselves so we can take all the credit for it, but you actually need, but then I think you need a good team.
A good team. But it takes a lot of challenges to have a good team. And the term of independence, we don't really understand it correctly. God uses people to bless people, so you need people.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so a brick or mortar store or an online business?
I'll go for online business.
You have both.
I have both, but online has no borders, because like a store, someone from America, if the person wants to buy from me, she has to come all the way to Belgium. Okay, so let's say you can have a store and an online business, but in general, online means there's no boundaries. You can just be global.
Okay, and I think there is a lot more cost when you have like a brick and mortar business.
Yeah, online is also not cheap,
Yeah, but
marketing, branding, all those
things.
But
I think when you have like a brick and mortar or like business, you have to pay for rent, electricity, everything, and then marketing, and all the other things. Exactly.
Maintenance.
Okay. Exactly. So I think that's actually more expensive when I think about it. Okay, so starting a business with friends or with family?
This is tough. I would say friends. The reason why I would say friends, because my family, we're good. We have family businesses. But I would just say friends is because you don't choose your family, but you choose your friends, right?
Ooh.
So if you say friends, then you have to build it with like-minded people, okay? But your family, you're born into it. Do you get it? So they say if you are surrounded by 5 fools, you didn't count right. You're 6. They also say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are, right? So that's why I would just say friends. But in real life, I'm doing it because I'm just blessed to have my good parents and brothers. But beyond that, your cousins and aunties, you choose them because you feel bad for them, not necessarily because they are qualified for it.
Oh.
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
No, I think it's very interesting because I would say, because building business with a friend, I think it's risky.
Do you know what my family members have done to me? My cousins, not my parents. So that's what I'm saying. And we gave them the opportunity because we wanted to help them out of poverty, out of this. But were they qualified for it? No. But that's what I'm saying. When you say friends, I know it's hard to have good friends.
Exactly.
That one. Yeah. But let's assume that you prayed before starting the business with your friend, and you really have a friend, and you know the person, you have the same mindset, the same vision, and then normally it's not supposed to go wrong, because at the end of the day, you do business with people, with business partners, right?
That's true. So why not your friends?
Exactly.
I get what you mean. I think with business with family is because, they are family. And there are some things that you cannot also tell your family to, because then there is that relationship with them, because you cannot just cut them off as well if something goes bad. So I get what you mean.
Also sometimes we have we are sending money to Ghana every month, so let's just give them a job in one of our businesses, so then it feels like they're working for it, but it doesn't work.
We will get into that. Okay, one last one. So I'm trying to think which one to choose. Okay, passive income or active business management?
I would say passive income.
Okay,
that comes from active business management, as in because passive income, sometimes you think, you just sleep and the money is coming.
That's the misconception that people have.
Something has to work. Either you did a serious investment. It depends in the field, right? But I do pray that, so now within EMAS Agency, I have a team. It's not passive income, but I don't have to put in the work for XYZ to get a certain result. So I can delegate and then maybe take commission on my percentage and whatnot, but I don't have to do all the work anymore. So it's
Yeah. Okay, that's actually very interesting. You know something that I forgot? You did not introduce yourself. I forgot to let you introduce yourself and tell you like what you do, the businesses that you have. So please, can you please introduce yourself to the guests, see who you are, the businesses you have, and what you do?
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Queenie Kessie, Ghanaian, born in Belgium. So I have an agency called EMAS Agency. What we do is we create jobs for citizens in Africa, but we are starting with Ghana, and we give them remote opportunities for startup businesses here. What we aim to achieve with that is that, one, more job creations, but not just minimum wage because they are getting paid in euros and dollars. And then here to the startups have more room to scale their business, because when you want to build a website, for instance, in Belgium, it easily costs you 2,000 euros. And then maybe when you have the same quality of website in Ghana, maybe cost you 800 euros, just an example. So that's the vision of EMAS Agency. Besides that, we also do branding, social media, coaching, everything to optimize your business. Then I have a clothing line called
Which you can see me wearing.
Exactly. I have a clothing line called Zillionaire. Zillionaire is not just about wealth, but it just means that there is no limit to what you can achieve. Because when you have millions, billions, trillions, you can still count the zeros. But with Zillionaire, you just count. You can't put a figure endless, to it. Yeah. It's endless, right? Nice. So that's why I always say the sky is not the limit. You can go beyond the skies. And then, we have family businesses like shipping, Queenie Shipping. Rich Designs is what I'm wearing. My mom also has a fashion store. And I'm sure when she asks me questions, you see what I do. But let's go straight to it.
I told you guys, like, she is a businesswoman. Like, I feel like when you talk about business women in Belgium, I feel like you are like an example, if I say so myself. I might be biased. People might think, oh, you are so biased, but then I am biased. But that's what I feel. So, okay, that's nice. Okay, now let's get back to it. You did mention that you have, like, your family is rooted in business, like they have their own businesses. But when was the moment that you decide, oh, hey, I also want to have, like, venture into this business? Because I don't think you started being a business person. You probably started working a 9-to-5 and then decided, like, how was your journey like?
My journey. So the reality is, God bless me with creativity.
That's true.
So even when I was in school, I was already asking my parents like certain questions about life and business, and like, so everything would be a business idea and I would try it and it would work or not work, and then I stop. And then even with some of my friends, including you, we did a few businesses, like, but it didn't start until, officially it started in 2021. That's when I was like, okay, let me really start something on my own. EMAS Agency, but the journey before that actually groomed me into becoming the woman that I am. Like, because it's not because you have an idea and you have the resources that you have to like jump right into. I used to jump into things like, okay, this is the idea, let's do this, let's start. No structure, no foundation, no, so this is one of my lessons. And also the examples I was giving you, seeing my parents, because I know my parents would be entrepreneurs like my whole life, and seeing them and the quality in the team that they have and etc. It's challenging because they choose based on emotions. They choose, I want to help this person, not this person is qualified in X, Y, Z. So it taught me a lot. It doesn't mean that I did not make the same mistakes, but it was limited. So you asked me what I started and my lessons, right? So
okay, that's good. And one thing, because you mentioned like, what happened?
How I started EMAS Agency is actually more we had an NGO called Better Africa Today. And first I was like, let's give fish. They say there's a proverb: give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So first I was focused on just giving. But then I noticed that by giving, you're not really helping them. You have to teach them how to fish. So then my interest started in, okay, how did they become where they are? What happened? What is missing? What is their talent? And then I try to help them, try to coach them, try to groom them, and trying to link them to people here. So that's actually like the foundation of EMAS Agency, changing my mindset.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. And you mentioned, okay, EMAS Agency with in Ghana and so on, like, because we are the team of Black History Month is like back to our roots. Like, when did the idea come? Like, okay, I want to really start like going back to Ghana, because you could start a business here. Like, you could say, okay, I'm just sticking with Zillionaire, it's just for here. But what made you? What was the interest that you had to like? Okay, let me actually go back to my country to actually help them, to actually create jobs for them.
One, there's another thing.
Today is all about the saying. At least you have to get one or two African proverbs.
Charity starts at home. One, charity starts at home. And businesses also exist from solving problems. So I saw a challenge and I like everything in me wanted to solve it. I just didn't know how to solve it yet. So the question to why Ghana, that was a question, right? Mm-hmm. The question to why Ghana is because first I used to go to Ghana like once a year, but then later I started going 2, 3, 4 times a year, and I noticed that, okay, there are so many opportunities because there are so many things that frustrate me there. Okay, so how do you solve this frustration? Most of us, we just complain and we
That's
leave.
true.
So I was like, okay, I can't complain, but besides complaining, is there a solution? So that's where I started, and I started having more interest and more love for my country, and that's why I try to be there. I tried to relocate. I was there for 6 months, but the frustrations almost swallowed me. So I was like, okay, God said not now, come back later.
Yeah, I understand. So like okay, I think we cannot compare, but maybe if we have to compare, like having a business here in Belgium and having a business back home, like what are the can you compare the two? Because I think there are different challenges when it comes to both countries or both continents actually.
Yeah, I think there in Ghana, creativity brings you to bigger places, and things that you can't even dream of, doors that you can't dream of opening or knocking on, right? In Ghana, it's not easy, but it's possible.
Wow.
One way or the other. Connections, network, really bring you places. Maybe here too, but before you get to that network, hey, you see. Yeah. And then also the challenges here you have, here you're more stable. You know, let's say if your business doesn't work, you can still fall to a 9 to 5 job that can sustain you. Ghana, if your business doesn't work, let's say if I should go to Ghana now and I don't have income, the 9 to 5 there would not sustain my lifestyle here, you know, because I still have things to pay. So that's the sad side of it. And also here, the taxes are crazy. So you're making money, but at the end of the day, after all your expenses and your taxes, what's really left? But in Ghana, I'm not saying you don't pay tax there, but the difference in if you're really scaling, what you're scaling and what is left is more than here. So that's why you see that there are a lot of people in Ghana that really have crazy money compared to here, because the opportunities there are really limitless. Here too, but the rules and the structure sometimes, I don't know, the system is made in a way that it's hard to really scale in a certain way.
Yeah, so you would advise people to actually invest back in Africa.
100%, you get more return on investment. If you have an apartment here, you get your return, right?
Yeah.
You have an apartment in Ghana, you get your returns, but when you get it, let's say in Accra, just an example, at a good location, you bought it for, let's say you buy an apartment here for 150,000, you buy one there for 150,000, you can rent it out there, maybe even 2,000 euros a month. Here you rent it out at 1,000. Yeah, like if you can have 1,500, but the 1,500, the taxes and all the things that you're paying, what's really left at the end of the day? But there, the 2,000 euros it's and 2,000 because they charge in dollars. Yeah, and $2,000 in Ghana is a lot of money in cedis, and you don't pay CDs when you're in Ghana. Like, so you have more room.
Okay. No, I do understand that, but I think there is also a lot of misconception when you think about like starting a business in Ghana. Like, okay, now you can say, okay, you can, but I think there are a lot of challenges
Of
also.
course,
Yeah.
eh.
And I think that's also something that we need to speak about. Like, what are the challenges that, I mean, you don't have to share all, but what are the challenges that you faced, like when you decided to like, okay, let me go back and start a business there?
The challenges, the first challenge that I had when I was in Ghana, it's yes, it's not necessarily yes. You hear yes very easy. Oh, yes, it's possible. Oh, let me do this. Oh, I'll introduce you. Oh, this. But at the end of the day, no movement. Here, when they say yes, it's yes. When they say maybe, it's maybe. When they say no, it's no. You can still try, but it's no. But Ghana, a yes can be no, it can be maybe, it can be today, it can be tomorrow, it can be hey. So that's the first frustration. Second one is that it comes on the same. You can't really trust people on their words. But then your team also, the mindset, they don't have a long term. They don't think long term. Here, people think long term, so they build systems. They have structure. They have rules. They have Ghana. I'm not saying the whole Ghana, so please don't come and bash me. But in general, we think short term. We think for today. So even that's why you have a lot of corruption. Because you want it now, you want your success now, So that's the complicated part of it, because you are doing your best to pay your employees well, but they are so creative. Ghana, creativity is a blessing, but sometimes it can turn they're so creative, they'll find creative ways to still bring your business down because they want more than they deserve at that point. Do you get it? So yeah, that's also one of the challenges my family and I faced. But I do feel like when you make it there, it will take time. But when you do, it's really you pinch yourself and say like, oh, what, like, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the challenges are all part of it, especially when you're starting a business. It's not like, I don't think people have to think, oh, okay, I'm going back home and I'm going to start a business and I'm going to be a millionaire. Or, it doesn't work like that. And okay, so now talking about entrepreneurship, that's something I think especially when you see like on social media now, everybody's an entrepreneur, like everybody's a business owner, which is fine, which is good. But I think there are some things that we don't actually talk about having a business, that the challenges that people actually faces, like business owners faces. So what is like the most challenging thing that you, just in general, being a business owner, like what is the most challenging thing that you face like on a daily basis?
There are so many challenges. One, I do want to say that starting a business is not for everyone. I know it looks like with social media, everybody thinks that, but it's not for everyone. And you really have to have a strong mindset and a winner's mindset. Even when things look dark, you still have to see the light, like just a little light, at the end of the tunnel. And that will keep you going. That's one. Two, when you're working, right, a job, a 9 to 5, you're happy that it's payday.
That's true.
When you have a business and you have to pay salaries, not that you're not happy, but sometimes it's stress because let's say you're going through a difficult month, payday is approaching, you have to pay your staff and you're like, how am I going to do? I've had that, like, how am I going to pay them? Okay, one way or the other, God makes a way. But there is no excuse for them. They have to they don't care that, it's not that they don't care, but it has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, I'm working a 9 to 5, I need to get paid.
Exactly, but there's sometimes pay is stressful, it's stressful. But God being so good, He always finds a way. But it's something that, it's something that we overlook, actually. Then another challenge is that, sometimes you do feel alone. Even though you have a team and everything, the burden of the stress, the headache, the to ensure that you can still continue to supply whatever it is that you need to supply, it's not always easy.
Oh, wow.
In the beginning, you don't really, it comes with a lot of challenges. Because if I would fail, I don't just fail myself. I don't just fail my customers, but I fail my team.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a big burden.
Yeah, and it's actually good that we are talking about it, because I think we've really glamorized like entrepreneurship that everybody think like, oh yeah, just drop your 9 to 5 and go and have a business, which is like all of them are good and well, like you can start your own business. But I think we need to talk about really the reality of having a business. It's not just about, oh, okay, I'm a business owner, so you can put on your Instagram bio, CEO of, you know. So I think like there are a lot of people don't actually make like revenue or make anything in their first 1 or 2 years, and that's something that people need to actually talk about. It's not like, oh, I'm starting a business today and I'm gonna be rich tomorrow. Because then if you go with this mindset, because can you then start a business with the mindset of, I want to make money, like especially in the first year?
If you start anything with, I just want to make money, I just want to be rich, you're not gonna, it's not purposeful. There's no purpose in that. You're not gonna survive it, because to make money, you have to spend money.
True.
You lose money. You make bad investments, whether in people, whether in if you have clothing, you make investment, bad, good, whatever. You have to invest. Then the revenue you make, it's not even all profit. Do you get it? So after paying X, Y, Z, how much is really left, right? So it's not even about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, right?
Yeah.
And that's sometimes, because there is cash flow, sometimes there will be cash flow, but at the end, what really stays is not, it's not
That's
cashing,
true. No,
you
that's
know?
true.
And so if your mindset is, oh, I just want to make money, and you're going through challenges, you're going to give up because why? The money is not coming. But if you have a purpose behind, okay, I want to do this. I want to make money, yes, but the money I want to make is to do X, Y, Z to help the less privileged. There's something behind it. There's a reason bigger than me. I'm not going to give up till I've reached that goal. But if it's just for money, dear, I always say, my dad always says, sometimes someone that has a 9 to 5 is richer. When I just started, I was complaining about the salary I was earning at my 9 to 5. Then when I had the business, I was having cash flow, but how much was I paying myself? I was like, well, then this 9 to 5, at least, you know, and it's coming every month.
It's secured.
This month you're like, I'm a boss, and the next month you're like, you see a beggar, you'll be like, Charlie, even me, if I had the courage, I'll be standing next to you begging. I mean, that's the truth. That's really the truth.
No, but it's true. It's good that we are talking about it, because people might look at you, they're like, oh yeah, Queenie boss, but they don't know like you did definitely have like struggle, and that's normal. But I think people just don't want to. Yeah, it's okay to be on Instagram and say, hey, I'm a boss lady, I have this business. But the struggles that comes with it, I don't think is for the faint heart. I don't think everybody is capable of doing that. And then going back to 9 to 5 job, I think there are people that are doing 9 to 5 jobs that are actually earning really well.
Yeah.
I think so. So I don't think like everybody needs to quit their 9 to 5 job to start a business. I don't think if you have a 9 to 5 that means you are not doing anything in your life. Or there are people that are actually making good money with their 9 to 5, and I think if you feel like, okay, that's something I want to ask. What is one skill that you think you really need to have when you are starting a business?
Discipline.
Oh, okay. Elaborate.
Discipline. You can't just start something, because sometimes you think passion is enough. Oh, I'm ambitious. I have passion. I'm talented. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you see there are people that, like, let's say people can't really sing, but then they go far. It's not the voice, it's a discipline.
Ooh.
It's not giving up. It's being at the right place at the right time, not giving up, just doing. There are people with that sing very nice, and they don't get anywhere. Why? Because the discipline is not there. And that's also with business.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's say if someone is obese,
and
the person wants to lose weight. I know now we're like, oh, manifest. Look at yourself in the mirror. I can do it.
Body positivity, which is good.
When, let's say I'm obese and I look myself in the mirror every day, that's the first step. Yes, I'm beautiful. I'm just at it doesn't define my, that's true. But after that, you have to put the work in it. You have to exercise, eat healthy. If not, you're not going to get the results that you want. So that's the same with business. That's the same with music. That's the same with everything. You have to put in the work. And for that, you need discipline. Regardless, rain, shine, money, no money, followers, no followers, likes, no likes, haters, no hates. Like,
haters.
Just do it. Yeah.
Wow. And did you have this skill when you started?
Discipline, I always say it, my mom is disciplined. I don't have the discipline that I need, but besides that, you have consistency. I don't give up easily and all those things. So it helped me. But if I had the discipline, I would have been, hey, now I'm sitting next to Dangote. Like Dangote, I'd be like, hold on, Dangote is calling me. Because that one I know. I know that, and I'm still working towards it. I won't say I don't have discipline at all, but you never have enough.
I think like knowing you, and I mean we've tried business. Charlie. That's a conversation for another day. But I think like knowing you, I've always known that you are a very creative person, and you have an idea, you have a vision, and you go for it, right? And when we're talking about discipline, at first you said like structure, like you are someone that has an idea, you just bam. And that's something that we were all like that, But I think like seeing you now and what you're doing, like there is structure. Like it's no more like, oh, I have an idea, I'm going to do it without thinking it through. Now you really think, like you really bring structure into it, and it actually manifests. Like it's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start this, and then you try it and then it doesn't work, like, okay, let me try something else. But now it's like, okay, you think about, and then I can see also the discipline that you've had in all these businesses that you've had. Like it comes with like really putting yourself out there. Okay, maybe in the beginning you have to be calling, hey, can I da. But now they're all coming. I mean, can we talk about some of the things that you do when you go to Ghana? Like people actually call you to come and talk here, come and do that, because that's also because of the discipline that you have built like from the beginning. That's what I think. People will say I'm biased, but that's what I think. But falling back on that, up until now, right? When has there been a moment that you were like this is a pinch me moment, like this, like I've actually made it? Maybe not in as big as you want to, but in my eyes, you've made it.
Thank you.
And I mean, that's what I think. But has it like really drawn onto you? Like, oof, I have actually.
What I do have is, and I have that a lot, especially in Ghana.
Yeah.
I'm mostly in rooms whereby, like, in my human knowledge, I'm not qualified. I'm like, what am I doing here? Do you get it?
I know.
But in the eyes of God, like God makes, okay. But yeah, that's I have that a lot. I'm like, and sometimes it's not scares me, but it's like, ooh, okay.
No, but you were there because you're meant to be there.
So yeah. Those are my pinch me moments.
Well, no, but that's good. But you guys can check her Instagram out. Like you will get what she's talking about. Okay. So one thing. Oh, what was I gonna ask? Okay. So in terms of all the businesses, what is one risk that you took that has actually paid off?
So it goes in two ways.
Okay.
The first part is I left my comfort zone to go full time in entrepreneurship. Right now. When I say I left my comfort zone, it's not just even work and everything. It's even also my parents, they support me 100% with everything that I do. But the advice, if I followed my daddy's routine, now I know I should have listened. He was like, yeah, not focus on the 9 to 5. Stay in the 9 to 5 until your business can run for itself. But I could not. I was really depressed. I really had to get out. Yeah. And God made a way for me to get out of there. I'm not saying how, but okay, He got me out. And that's when my journey began.
Sure.
And in less than a year, it went good. And another thing, okay, that's an advice my dad also told me. If you can't manage 1K, you can't manage 10K.
That's true.
He was telling me that, like, when in my student days, because for me, it was like money comes and goes, because every Q, my parents would be giving me cash. So I didn't understand how money works. It's like my hands were never dry. And when I have challenges, God makes a way for it to be solved. I don't know, right? But then when I scaled, I still had that money comes and goes mentality. So I'm investing. I'm not doing stupid things. I'm investing. I'm doing this. I'm helping. I'm thinking in my, right? But not calculate. I take risk, but not calculated risk.
Oh.
I did not calculate my risk or not far enough. And thinking that the resources is going to come automatic because of how I got it. I got it like easy. You see, like what I just said, I get some opportunities that
you think like, oh, how did I end up here?
But it doesn't, it's not because you got it like,
No, yeah,
or even
true.
when you work hard for something, it takes longer to climb up, but it takes just a few seconds to fall. So I really had a situation where by now those resources was not coming for 6 months. So I had to now take my second risk. First, I took the risk to leave my comfort zone to get where I wanted to be. But then I had to leave my comfort zone here to go back down, to go back to working for a boss whilst keeping my business.
Oh, yeah.
To have, and like, to then now follow the advice my dad was giving me. And, and it took a mindset. If I was not strong mentally, I would not have made it. But God blessed me with the job that he gave me. The environment was healthy and everything is healthy and everything. So that's good. But so those are two risks. Sometimes leaving your comfort zone is going from a lower place to a higher place. But sometimes leaving your comfort zone means leaving the high, the palace and go back to the pit to take you back to a palace, but to now build a firm foundation. My foundation was not firm enough.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to learn that the hard way because of maybe also discipline in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's good. Okay, so now, if let's say there is someone that is, looking to start a business. Okay, no, maybe we can go back. How is it like having a business in Belgium? Like maybe just a brief idea of like the expectations that you can have when you want to start a business in Belgium. Because we talked about Ghana, like, okay, yeah, we can, but how is it in Belgium?
Having a business in Belgium, it's the behind the scenes, mm-hmm. right? The behind the scenes, I think because I have a few friends and we are in the same, it's like we're happy, we're proud, we don't regret making the move. But Belgium's system is like, I won't say it's not made for entrepreneurs, but it's there is a really a wall,
a block, yeah.
So, and it always comes back to tax.
Yeah, I think if I have to say, I think the system is made like, okay, you have a secured job, you are able to buy a house, have your 1 or 2 cars, and you're comfortable. I don't think the system is made to actually break through that, like to actually become more than that. That's how I see it. I don't think the Belgium system is like that. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's it. Because even when you become full-time entrepreneur, it's like you sign that you're leaving all your rights, because when you work for someone, you have like hospitality,
yeah.
But when you have your business, okay, let's say you're working for someone and you lose your job,
you can still fall back.
You can fall on the system that is going to support you. But when you start a business and you lose your business, you go bankrupt, you can go homeless. A lot of homeless people, what they don't, who is going to give you money for what? No, you have to go back, find a job, then maybe lose that job before they would support you. But
wait, okay, let's get it. Because again, that's something that I don't think a lot of people know that. So when you have a business here, and let's say, God forbid, you lose, like, bankrupt, you cannot fall back on anything.
You can't fall. They are not going to give you
like the
monthly support. Nope. When you have a job, yes.
What do you have to fall back on then?
You have to fall back on the streets. No, you have to fall on God.
True.
No, but I mean, the thing is, they don't. You look, so it's frustrating. So when you don't, you have nothing to fall back on.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So there are people that really made mad money and are now basically on the street because of money management. So why are they on the street if there was a system to support them? It doesn't.
Okay, so now wait. So the next segment that we're going to do is I have a dilemma that I think you'll be the perfect person to discuss this. The dilemma is a link of having a 9-to-5 and going to, but let me read it. So it's like I'm sick of the 9-to-5 job and want to start a business, but don't know what I'll do for a business. So some friends have bought pre-existing businesses and seem to be doing well. I want to start a business, but just have no clue what I would do. Any ideas or tips? So let's say you have a 9-to-5 job and you want to then get into a business. Like, do you think, like, what can they do? Like, how do you even start off? Okay, what do I do? Like, do you have to look at the skills, or do you have to look at like the high in demand things that are happening, or what do you
Honestly,
think?
the first question is, why do you want, your why is important. Why do you want to start a business? That's the first question. Is it because my friends are having businesses and they can buy Louis, Gucci, and I
Yeah,
want to
because
buy
it starts
some?
here. Some friends, like, some of the friends have bought already businesses and they are doing well. So probably like, oh, okay, my friends are doing it, so let me do it too.
If that's your reason, it's not good enough. You can try, but if it's not, I feel like businesses is not like just buying a bag. You know, it's deep. So your why that you're starting a business is very important. Then you have to know your purpose.
That's
Like
true.
you yourself, why are you here on earth? And then your reason why you're here on earth, automatically your business will be in line with that. That's your 2. Your 3 is, do you have the resources, the knowledge, the skill? Are you ready? Or do you have to stick to your 9 to 5 and prepare yourself before you start a business? Also, sometimes you think, oh, I'm not happy at my job. I need to start a business. No, maybe it's just change your job.
That's true.
Sometimes, you know, I know a lot of people that have good jobs and they are so happy, and, you know, because businesses comes with a lot of burdens, you know.
Yeah, and we don't actually
So
talk about it.
yeah, you
Okay.
can be and it's not everybody that has a business that is successful. It's not everybody that is a business that would be rich, you know, like,
That's the thing. I think social media has made us believe that everybody that has a business is a billionaire and they are making a lot of profit and everything. So
how many billionaires are there in the
true.
world? Like,
True. I do think that if you are not, like you said, if you're not happy at your job, perhaps maybe find a new job. And also, like you said, like, why do you want to start a business? Like, I think the reasoning behind it has to be like, okay, like, I have a reason why I want to, not just because everyone is doing it or because I'm fed up with my job, I want to make money. Like, you really need to know why, because there are a lot of challenges that comes with having a business that we don't talk about. And I hope, hopefully, like, through this, people can have an idea about how it is to really start a business, but also not, we are not saying don't start a business, definitely not. Like, you know, definitely do that. But you do need to really know what you are getting yourself into. So yeah, that's what I'll say. Yeah. Okay, now one thing. So you have Belgium, Ghana. Are you thinking of maybe in the future another country? Adding it to it? You never know.
in general, the plan is really that EMAS Agency would be global. So and that's why every time I choose names like Better Africa, not Better Belgium,
Okay.
the African Business Empire, African,
Yeah.
EMAS Agency, yeah.
Yeah.
Zillionaire. You see, I don't focus on
On
one.
one thing.
So now I've been also going to Nigeria a bit more. Obviously, there are a few other countries on the plan, but it's God, wherever God will lead me.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. And one thing. So, what is one business lesson that has stuck with you up until now, or advice?
Okay, so I'll use a house as an example. Sometimes when you see a house, the taller the building is, the taller the construction is,
True.
the bigger the wow effect. Wow, and they are rich and skyscrapers, and you know, but it's not about how tall you build or how high you build. It's about how firm your foundation is. If your foundation is not firm, the high building is going to collapse on you. And imagine trying to rebuild that. Do you get it? So, and that's the thing that we do. We don't focus on the foundation. We are too quick. We don't want to be prepared. Oh, it's fashion. It's cool now to have a business. But that everybody's starting, everybody's doing. But relax and build on yourself, build on your skills, build on your mindset. Really build. Take your time to build. That's the only thing I would have to say.
Okay. This was really insightful and really amazing. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope like you guys enjoyed it as well. So where can the people find you, get to know about you and your businesses, your website, what you do? Maybe you can tell the guest where to find you.
I'll just say Queenie Kessie, because if I list them... So Queenie Kessie, and then if I'm not mistaken, I put a link with like all my...
Yeah.
EMAS Agency Zillionaire and all the pages. So when you go there, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, that is the end of the episode, guys. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it, learned something, one or two things. If not even one or two things, at least you learned an African proverb today. At least one African proverb. I hope you guys enjoyed this this episode with Queenie, talking all things business, and also, you know, like in collaboration with Black History Month. And yes, I will see you guys next week with another guest. Very interesting conversation. And all throughout the month of March, there are different events that if you are looking to get to know more about Black History Month, you can go to on our Instagram, that's BHM Belgium, and on our website, all of social media, you can find more information about it. So as you know, my name is Rhoda, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Master Mason.